Hmm. Did it start on? I guess we'll have to see. Yeah, live there. Live there too. Yeah, live here too. That's crazy. Ay, official, vete, vete. 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 Okay, I gotta figure out how. Alright. Well, on a separate one actually. Oh, I should probably edit that before I continue. I'll probably be good. I'm gonna have to edit that. I should edit later on, I guess. So I should. Roddy Rich. No, it's crazy. Uh, what changed the name of this? Whatever. I'll figure out later. I'll figure out later. That's crazy. Wait, can they even see this? I just put my phone. Whatever. Hold on. Oh, plus, gotta make sure the sounds are too. Alright, we'll show it's good. It's good. It's good. Man, this is too much. I got holding a stable connection on all like sites. Won't leave me on Kick. Just look at the same name on Twitch. You wanna find me on YouTube? Look up this. We're on the same name. It's just neat though. Oh, we gotta figure out the best way to do this. It's gonna be crazy. Alright. I think it's looking good. I think it's looking good. It should be good. Alright. For sure, bet that. Only thing I can think about is the mixing on the video comparatively to my voice. It'll probably be good though.
Today I'm in here with somebody who I've seen their entire career from beginning to end, or not end, but from the beginning. And
for all them haters out there, man, I don't want to hear all this shit. Designer fell off. Designer never fell nowhere. You know what I'm saying? I fell into a motherfucking mansion. I was born in LA.
And so I feel like I gotta stay on my path. Niggas was saying I fell off when I was in high school.
Rappers often pour their hearts and souls into climbing to the top of the music industry. However, maintaining their spot at the peak can be even more challenging. Today, we'll explore the stories of 15 rappers who, unfortunately, ended up sabotaging their own careers.
You never want to rise to the top too fast. And then
More audio mixing problems. Oh, I just gotta raise my mic up. Wait, yes, this one. This audio comparatively. Alright, is that good? Nah, it's not good. No, that should be good. Yeah, it's alright. It's alright.
Anything, because usually when you get to the top,
Alright,
there's
that's
no
real.
other way to go but down.
Right.
How did Roddy Ricch go from doing concert performances like this to saying he was going to delete his social media after being bullied for how bad his music was? In 2019, Roddy was outselling Justin
That's
Bieber
actually
and even
tough.
had
I know
Selena
Roddy Ricch fell
Gomez
off.
begging fans to stream her music over his.
I would love for the most important album I've ever released to become number.
Bro, most women just gotta be like, yo, stream my stuff. Cause the age of OnlyFans, it has perpetuated the idea of like more so, I don't want to say giving women careers, but it's more so giving that idea that they don't have to work, and more so just like ask for stuff and the world just gonna give that. It's odd to say, but you know, it's just how it is, and it's how it. Media more so perpetuated that idea because of OnlyFans and such. You know, no other way about that.
Number one. So, if you don't mind streaming it.
Well, all Roddy did to go number one
And people
was put
probably
out a
stream it,
Triller
too.
video. So how can an artist who is seemingly developing Drake levels of momentum fall from grace in such a short period of time?
I'm just saying, like, if a girl with the same amount of lyricism as like Roddy Ricch popped up, they'll probably have like triple or quadruple numbers. Actually, it might not be the case because of rap being such a male-dominated space, which is clear because of Glorilla and such like that, like having a slower come up than most other rappers. Yeah.
Or could one argue that his downfall is not what it's hyped to be by the hip-hop community? Hi, I'm Luesta. I make video documentaries. Hi, I'm Luesta. I make weekly
This
video
documentary
documentaries
goes so
of things
hard.
I'm into. And today, we're gonna break down what led Roddy Ricch to regress from a big stepper to landing himself right back in the box he exploded out of. Raised
I mean,
in
he was at the
Compton,
pop-out
Roderick
show
Moore
with
came into
Kendrick,
the
so I
world
don't think
in
he regrets that
1998,
much.
And from a young age, he already had a keen interest in hip-hop and learned to rhyme from his family members. But before becoming the huge star that he
Hey, tell this nigga after he was at the pop-out show. I guarantee you, he upped his his ego a little bit more. You know, can't tell this man shit, bro. Like he was on the same stage as like fucking a few like Schoolboy Q and like Kendrick, bro. Like rap legends and shit. It's hard to tell him shit, I ain't gonna lie.
is today, Roddy Ricch faced a number of challenges growing up in Compton, a city known for its gang-related activities and high crime rates. As Kendrick Lamar once said, only 1 in a million would ever make it out of the depth of Compton. And he even once referred to the city as living in Iraq. So Roddy was against all odds from the moment he was born.
Living in
He
Iraq?
even once told an insane story of how one time
Nah, because this is living in hoods, living in bad neighborhoods. And this is living in, like, third world countries, like India or Iraq or Afghanistan. That's a statement. I don't know about that one.
he took a walk through the city's streets at night and saw an entire corner filled with blood, claiming that it was at this moment he realized how fickle his life was. And by the age of 15, he would become a member
Damn,
of
that
the
shit
California-based
kinda close to
street
Iraq.
gang, the Park Village Crips, which was located on the west side of Compton. After becoming affiliated with this gang, it wasn't long before he jumped off the porch, as this would lead him to being kicked out from his house by his own mother.
I was like running around with my kids, like all my cousins, all
Damn.
my family, like this.
And I got older, like
I ain't gonna lie, it's understandable, but like these black mothers really just be kicking people out. Like, we be kicking out like black
Things
men.
only got worse from here. He started kicking in doors and hitting licks
Like,
to make
as
the
much as make it worse.
But doors won't be the only thing Roddy will be kicking in this video.
Like,
And
honestly, don't
later,
have
we're
like a
gonna
big break
discuss
with
how he
like
would
in
later
their
transfer
career.
that energy to fans. This behavior was odd as he describes his family
somewhat
as very
unlikely,
religious.
usually.
His household consisted of a couple of his siblings, along with his mom and grandma, who took him
Like,
to
'cause
church
Roddy Ricch
every
is like
Sunday. But this experience may have done more
anomaly,
damage
excelling
than
example,
good to
an
Roddy,
outlier.
as he has spoken in interviews about how he was always really skeptical about believing in God, since he knew a bunch of people who actively went to church and still had difficult lives.
You know, it's funny because like he's an outlier, but still, as a black man, I can see that he's still a statistic in the grand scheme of things, a cog in a larger wheel. It's just like, man, you can't break out of that cycle, can you? It's wild.
However, a huge turning point in Roddy's life actually occurred during a trip to church, where he had a life-altering encounter with another Compton native and icon, Kendrick Lamar, who attended the same church as Roddy's family during his childhood, and got a chance to meet him before he blew up.
Damn, that shit
And their
crazy.
meeting proved to be transformative, as a young Kendrick offered words of encouragement to Roddy.
That's my big bro. I mean, because I knew him when I was young. I knew him when I was like 12 years old. And I had met him and his family, and he was like talking to me about like I rapped to him and stuff when I was like little like that. And he had told me like, man, you gonna be, you know, like something cool. Like you gonna be something if you keep going, right? So then later on, like just for years, like I always kept that in the back of my head.
Now, it must have been amazing for Roddy to see someone like Kendrick set an example of what you can achieve, despite coming out of the rough neighborhoods that swarmed Compton. But while Kendrick went on to redeem immense success from detailing the story of a good kid surviving in a mad city, Roddy took a different route. After becoming a member of the Crips gang, Roddy would commit robberies and start selling drugs to support himself. During his time in 8th through 10th grade, Roddy admitted that he would frequently ditch school and started to fail academically, and that during class, all he would do is listen to songs he recorded, which further emphasizes how school was not where he planned to redeem his ticket to success. It was also around this time he started experiencing symptoms of anger and antisocial behavior, which would set the foundation for his debut album that came out in 2019. Roddy tried to address his issues by going to therapy for his problems, but it didn't last long. And during the final 2 years of high school, he became...
Nah, shit crazy.
became deeply involved in street life
Yeah,
and chose
that's
to
what it is,
discontinue
that's
his
what it
therapy
is.
sessions. However, his lifestyle would soon catch up to him. And in 2016, Roddy wrecked his car and found himself confronting a potential gun charge
And he
at the
wrecked his
age of
car?
18,
Man, that's
leading
tough.
to a week-long stay in the county jail as he awaited bail. During that period, the gravity of the situation became clear to Roddy. He realized that he could either spend the rest of his teenage years in prison or actually chase his dream.
Most black men do end up taking that route and spend the rest of the 10 years in prison. It's sad, but it's the cycle of black. You know, it's like we can't get out of. You know, we have to unify to get out of that shit. And I don't think we're gonna unify anytime soon.
Which was to become a successful musician. This realization had a significant impact on his mindset, and it was during this challenging time that he started to take his passion for rhyming and making music more seriously.
My fault.
He started off recording music at his uncle's house, but failed to gain any attraction online early on, even going on sites like Facebook to express his disappointment of how no one liked him.
Roderick Moore. Is that his full name? Is that his actual name? So like what the... So he just took away all of his name and just kept Rod. Wait. I mean, I can't judge him because my name is like neat on this fucking platform, but like, I'm just saying, that's why it's hard with it. I'm just curious as to how he came up with his name.
His music. This only gave him more encouragement to polish his sound, and he would start to gain a small buzz locally by posting snippets of him freestyling. Since Roddy Ricch is from Los Angeles, he was sort of an anomaly, being that he
Put him freestyles. You put freestyle. Let me see. I want to see about this. Now I'm trying to find that one specific freestyle, the one in the car. You know what I mean?
Today I'm in here with
It's a women problem. What?
From idea to submission.
Fuck your data submission. Rich. The fuck? What was that freestyle at? Nah, that shit's stupid. It's hard to find this. Nah, fuck it. We're just gonna look this up. Fun Flex one.
Yes, sir. You know what it is. Funk Flex. Body Rich. I am. Hell yeah.
Pop up, pop up.
The street out right now. Exactly. All right. Juanito, what you got, bruh?
Hey,
Alright.
hey.
Shit con. This con.
Make 50 million in the gamer chair. Don't count the money cause I know it's there. Don't play with me, this shit ain't fair. Carry
Gaming
it,
chair.
carry it. Shit getting scary. Rich, I'm very. Sunday with the cherry. Whip all white, red guts, cherry on top. Guaranteed it's in my closet, every thread you cop. A lot of you niggas is lukewarm, but
It's just tight, it's just tight.
When
I ain't gonna lie.
weeks, number one, bitch, I came up with the box. Lot of horses in the engine, forges when the bitch trot. Michael Jordan with the ball, Jay-Z with the rock. Got my mom from my mama, got the hustle from pops. Niggas want me to stock, so I'ma keep on dropping around the mansions. Hit some options, I'm a trending topic. My little bitch from out the shot, she drop off this deposit. Rapping all these diamonds around my neck, cause I'm a narcissist. My whip look like darkness, you blow me like a cartridge. How the fuck you look at us and act like you don't know we rich? They say your bitch be on my dick, never find no hoe in me. I'm what I afford to be, bitch ain't no recording me. Out in Portugal, I don't speak no
Like, he
Portuguese.
kind of has an odd flow, I ain't gonna lie. I don't know. The flow, it's like kind of iffy. I mean, lyricism go hard though, but like, I just gotta say, I don't know. It just kind of like is put down the table, kind of odd, you know. It's just my first impression though, so I can't really tell.
somebody who I've seen their entire career from beginning to end, or not end, but from the beginning. And
all them haters out there, man. I don't want to hear all
fuck
this
that.
shit. Designer
That music
fell
video
off.
was
Designer
stupid.
never fell nowhere.
He had a fucking
You know what
cockroach
I'm
in
saying?
that
I fell
shit.
into a motherfucking mansion. I was born in LA.
And so I feel like I gotta stay on my path. Niggas was saying I
Actually,
fell off
wow.
when I was in high school.
Rappers often pour their hearts and souls into climbing to the top of the music industry. However,
Why do you make Chance the Rapper look like a gecko? This is crazy. It's like is he trying to sell you some car insurance for real? This shit crazy. This nigga right here probably eats geckos in the middle. Fucking wild, bro. Nah, he's wild now with his music videos. Last motherfucker ain't even dropped a song in years, bro. It's just stupid.
Maintaining their spot at the peak can be even more challenging. Today, we'll explore the stories of 15 rappers who, unfortunately, ended up sabotaging their own careers.
You never want to rise to the top too fast in anything, because usually when you get to the top, there's no other way to go but down.
Right.
How did Roddy Ricch go from doing concert performances like this?
You want to like have a slow incline, so you have a slow decline, so it's easier to manage. You get the most out of it. Rather have an explosive uprise and explosive downfall. You get the least out of that. Same with content creation. People like pop off in content creation, not knowing how to handle themselves, and that leads to problems, bigger problems, with like them and like either the content they're creating or how they handle themselves in drama, which comes with getting big.
Saying he was going to delete his social media after being bullied for how bad his music was. In 2019, Roddy was outselling Justin Bieber and even had Selena Gomez begging fans to stream her music.
That's Selena Gomez? She looks like a regular Latina girl. I've seen this girl in my school.
Music over his.
I would love for the most important album I've ever released to become #1. So,
She was trying to get the pity views. My fault. That I don't know why I was trying to like downplay that. I don't know, I was trying to downplay that. I mean, Right Witch was popping off. The box went crazy.
if you don't mind streaming it.
While all Roddy did to go #1 was put out a Triller video. So, how can an artist who is seemingly developing Drake levels of momentum fall from grace in such a short period of time? Or could one to go #1 was put out
Drake
a Triller
levels of
video?
momentum.
So, how can an artist who is seemingly
I suppose it's Drake levels of momentum. I suppose it's Drake levels. I can agree with that.
developing Drake levels of momentum fall from grace in such a short period of time? Or could one argue that his downfall is not what it's hyped to be by the hip-hop community?
Like, I'm just
I'm Luis.
speaking from like
I make video documentaries.
Unbiased
I'm Luis.
perspective.
I make weekly video documentaries of things I'm into. And today, we're gonna break down what led Roddy Ricch to regress from a big stepper to landing himself right back in the box he exploded out of.
The box.
Raised in Compton,
Landing right
Roderick
back in the
Moore
box
came
is
into the
crazy.
world in 1998. And from a young age, he already had a keen interest in hip-hop and learned to rhyme from his family members.
1998.
But before
1998. He's only 7 years older than me. That's crazy.
becoming the huge star that he is today, Roddy Ricch faced a number of challenges growing up in Compton, a city known for its gang-related activities and high crime rates. As Kendrick Lamar once said, only 1 in a million would ever make it out of the depth of Compton. And he even once referred to the city as living in Iraq. So Roddy was against all
Actually,
odds from the moment he
around
was born.
7.
He even once told an insane story of how one time he took a walk through the city's streets at night and saw an entire corner filled with blood, claiming that it was at this moment.
Didn't he already say this? They're talking about the Iraq thing, like how he's comparing Iraq to the streets. I don't know.
He realized how fickle his life was. And by the age of 15, he would become a member of the California-based street gang, the Park Village Crips, which was
Yo, he became a part of a street gang to avoid the the streets. I mean, it's smart, you get protection, but like then again, you get a target on your back for another gangs. So like, it's kind of backwards logic to that aspect. It's like becoming a superhero and like the boys are like invincible to avoid fucking Mark Grayson or like Billy Butcher. The crazy work.
located on the west side of Compton. After becoming affiliated with this gang, it wasn't long before he jumped off the porch, as this would lead him to being kicked out from his house by his own mother.
I was like running around with my kids, all my cousins, like all my family, like
And I got older, like I jumped off the porch. I got kicked out my mom's house.
Jumped off the what?
And I got older, like I jumped off the porch.
Oh, jumped off the porch. I was like, jumped off the bridge. What? What is it?
15, 16, 17.
Things only got worse from here. He started kicking in doors and hitting licks to make additional income. But doors won't be the only thing Roddy will be kicking in this video. And later, we're gonna discuss how he would later transfer that energy to fans. This behavior was odd as he describes his family as very religious. His household consisted of a couple of his siblings, along with his mom and grandma, who took him to church every Sunday. But this experience may have done more damage than good to Roddy, as he has spoken in interviews about how he was always really skeptical about believing in God, since he knew a bunch of people who actively went to church and still had difficult lives. However, a huge turning point in Roddy's life actually...
I'm not gonna say my opinion on that, but I do believe in some of that. But like, I do see that most people that like go through religion do have a struggle in their lives and shit like that. A lot more struggle than like is warranted. And it's hard to say, but that's just what comes with the territory, unfortunately.
Actually occurred during a trip to church, where he had a life-altering encounter with another Compton native and icon, Kendrick Lamar, who attended the same church as Roddy's family during his childhood, and got a chance to meet him before he blew up. And their meeting proved to be transformative, as a young Kendrick offered words of encouragement to Roddy.
Yeah, that's my big bro. I mean, because I knew him when I was young. I knew him when I was like 12 years old. And I had met him and his family. And he was like talking to me about like how I rap to him and stuff when I was like little like that. And he had told me like, man, you gonna be.
Oh, should I put up the chat when I'm watching this? That's alright. I'll probably be good. I'll be back. Though. Crazy. Alright, I'm back. Did I even name the Twitch stream? That's crazy. I mean, it is just chatting, ain't it? I didn't even title it. Oh. Ooh. Yeah, I just use that, you know what I mean? Imagine if this some shit like free giveaway. Oh my god, I'd be done for it. Rappers? Yeah, rappers. Rap music, you know what I mean? Rap battles. I mean, I don't think they're doing rap battles, but you know. I mean, we did listen to a Right Rich freestyle, you know what I mean? I'm not playing freestyle and shit. Yeah, I'm not playing freestyle on that shit. Nah, but might as well. Should be good. Should I put Roddy Rich in here too? Like on the tag? I mean, I'm not gonna have Roddy Rich with me while I'm doing this, but I have Roddy Rich on the while I'm watching. That's stupid, bro. I'm not putting no fucking towel, no like rapper towel in my shit. That's stupid. Should I put YouTube in this? Yeah, I should put YouTube. Oh, reactions. That's for reaction. Yeah, I'm feeling that. There's a lot of titles. I mean, tags. I'm not gambling. I'm talking about the classification of what it is. Yeah, I'm not doing content classification. I don't need that specifically. Oh, should I not start? Oh, I need to do that. There's a lot of shit I need to do. On Kick too, yeah. Yeah, that's true. You can set that up too. Oh my god. Give me a minute. Shit, why is Kick so difficult? This shit geeking out, bro. crazy. Oh. I'm gonna have to figure out the kick shit later on, actually. Oh no, I'm good. I'm good. I just changed the title of it though. It is just chatting though, so it doesn't matter. Hold on. Damn, who would have thought Kick would be more harder to use than like fucking Twitch? It's like, it's kind of difficult. Not like streaming, I mean like using Kick, I ain't gonna lie. The reason I have my name is Neat, because honestly, like, this being a job isn't really a job in my opinion. I ain't gonna lie. I'm just putting like, I'm just watching videos, commenting on that shit. You know, it's like a at home type of gig. It's like a gig. That's why I say it. I say gig like I'm playing fucking Cyberpunk. I might play Cyberpunk next stream if y'all want. I ain't gonna lie. I might. It depends how many people I have watching this by the end of this fucking stream. This is gonna be a 6-7 hour stream, bro. I ain't gonna lie. We're gonna see how many people could garner, people could get locked in like a fly trap. Then we're gonna like, keep going. Find out use the word trap because we're watching a rap video. But, you get what I mean. I'm gonna go back to Twitch and use the fucking stream manager for this. Oh shit, has it been going well on YouTube? Ooh, I don't know if the YouTube stream is working that well. I have my phone hooked up to a different YouTube, so I can't really tell, but like, let me see. Switch accounts. Shit, I should probably add like a picture on my fucking YouTube channel. That's what I'm thinking. Huh? Is even. Oh, I'll have to check that later on, I guess. Yeah, I'm just gonna go back to Twitch. Do Twitch manager. Oh, I'll check that right now, actually. Streaming. They are so far behind. I will show. So make sure it's like caught up, you know. Make sure everything's alright. Make sure everything's good. Alright. I'm back in business type shit. Ooh, wait. my fault. I had to kick one. Rappers who fell. I know it's not the title of the thing, but you know, it's funny to say that. Tags are coming soon? What the fuck? Man, that's some bullshit. What is this? Did I edit that? Like, what's happening right now? I'll make sure I have this shit figured out for next time. Well, even for right now, actually, because I'm gonna continue streaming type shit. But I mean, like, before I start the stream, you know? Ooh, let's see. Okay. It's not gonna save, is this? Like, what the fuck's happening? Oh, that's a pop-out. It's a pop-out. Oh, I see. Ah. For sure. Say less. Alright, we should be good then. Everything seems alright on this side. It's kind of wild streaming between 3 platforms, you know what I mean? Alright, let's get back to the stream.
Cool. Like, you're gonna be something if you
Hold on, I get my headphones on. Shit. I don't know why I didn't think about that. A little stupid. But I got a little too excited, you know?
keep going, right? So then later on, like just for years, like I always kept that in the back of my head.
Now, it must have been amazing for Roddy to see someone like Kendrick set an example of what you can achieve, despite coming out of the rough.
Yo, that pop-out show, I ain't gonna lie, yo, it really did set an example. Even Snoop Dogg would just comment on that shit, being like, he's just different.
Neighborhoods that swarmed Compton. But while Kendrick went on to redeem immense success from detailing the story of a good kid surviving in a mad city, Roddy took a different route. After becoming a member of the Crips gang, Roddy would commit robberies and start selling drugs to support himself. During his time in 8th through 10th grade, Roddy admitted that he would frequently ditch school and started to fail academically, and that during class, all he would do is listen to songs he recorded, which further emphasizes how school was not where he planned to redeem his ticket to success.
You know, I don't want to be like, this is 14 and I'm deep. Whoa. That's not how I meant that. I don't want to be like, this is deep and I'm 14. Oh my fucking God. Pause. Immaculate pause. But the point is, school is just not meant to teach people how to succeed. It just teaches you how to become a 9-to-5 worker. Even think about it. The times you go to school in the morning, 7, you get out at 3. Move those hours 2 ahead. Nigga, that's 9 to 5. Shit crazy to me, bro.
It was also around this time he started experiencing symptoms of anger and antisocial behavior, which would set the foundation for his debut album that came out in 2019. Roddy tried to address his issues by going to therapy for his problems, but...
Most black men don't go to therapy. Bro, this is a common problem with our generation, especially with black men. Most black men don't go to therapy when they need that shit. Generational trauma starts happening. Taking it out on children. And then that shit gets perpetuated. It's crazy to me how often that is.
It didn't last long. And during the final 2 years of high school, he became deeply involved in street life. and chose to discontinue his therapy sessions. However,
This
his
you say for me?
lifestyle would soon catch up to him. And in 2016, Roddy wrecked his car and found himself confronting a potential gun charge at the age of 18, leading to a week-long stay in the county jail as he awaited bail. During that period, the gravity of the situation became clear to Roddy. He realized that he could either spend the rest of his teenage years in prison or actually chase his dream, which was to become a successful musician. This realization had a significant impact on his mindset, and it was during this challenging time that he started to take his passion for rhyming and making music more seriously.
It's valid.
He started off recording music at his uncle's house, but failed to gain any attraction online early on, even going on sites like Facebook to express his disappointment of how no one liked his music. This only gave him more encouragement to polish his...
Man, fuck this shit. I'm about to go on Facebook and express how no one likes my streams. Crazy.
sound, and he would start to gain a small buzz locally by posting snippets of him freestyling.
Ask these bitches who the hottest niggas, they gon' say us. All this jury on me, bitch, we shining like the last moon.
Since Roddy Ricch is from Los Angeles...
Yo, anyone that came for the freestyle tag, that was your freestyle right there. That's what I want to be known.
He was sort of an anomaly, being that he didn't sound like anything coming out of the West Coast at the time, like Kendrick Lamar, YG, or Nipsey Hussle. Instead, he took a lot of inspiration from rappers in Atlanta, specifically Young Thug and Future, before completely wearing his influences on his sleeve and rapping exactly like the Florida rapper Speaker Knockers. But everything would change in 2017 when he released his Feed the Streets mixtape, which showcased a completely new and improved sound that was ear candy to hip hop heads all over the world, dropping hits like Chase the Bag,
I'm not pitching this fast, I don't fly to me.
and Fuck It Up.
I've been fucking with the same plug, I've been fucking with the rich niggas. Had to whip it with my wrist nigga, then I got it on my wrist nigga.
These songs went viral on SoundCloud and YouTube, and it was here where he started receiving comments claiming that he's gonna blow up soon and that he was so slept on.
I miss the age of SoundCloud artists popping off. Like, the music scene was much more friendly and open to new artists at that point. Now you need like someone that has like experimental art, like Tyler the Creator or Tizo Touchdown, to even make a dent in the music scene. Which is crazy. And then these labels making like risky ass like signs, and like choose not to sign certain niggas, you know, who clearly have passion and have talent, but you know, just ain't experimental enough, ain't different enough. It's just stupid to me.
Leading him to be discovered by Nipsey Hussle, who helped him ink his first deal with Atlantic Records, where he wasted no time releasing the follow-up, Feed the Streets 2, and he had officially become the center of everyone's radar. But Roddy had no idea what was about to happen next, and that his lifestyle would completely transform only 1 year into the future.
I should lick in the
The
box.
Feed the Streets 2 mixtape had a song titled Die Young, which had a beat made by London on the Track, one of the most popular producers of this generation, who regularly produced for one of Roddy's main inspirations, Young Thug. It was released as an ode to the late XXXTentacion, who passed away shortly before releasing the music video, but despite the sad reality behind the track's production, the song was a straight banger.
I ain't tryna die young, so I gotta ride with one. Still 10 toes down in my Balenciaga.
The song would become Roddy's breakthrough single, going 2 times platinum in the US, and the mixtape would go on to land a spot on Billboard's Hot 100 chart. From here, Roddy would just ride the way to success, alongside picking up co-signs from Meek Mill, Mustard, who he linked up with for a major hit called Ballin', and the late great Nipsey Hussle, of course. And Roddy capitalized off his momentum for his debut album, Please Excuse Me for Being Antisocial, that released in December of 2019. And courtesy to the record's final single, he became a superstar.
Oh fuck. It probably doesn't matter. It's on stream anyway.
Most people watching this video were most likely introduced to Roddy Ricch from The Box, as it became one of the most explosive hits of this generation. At first, this song didn't really pick up that much attraction, and it wasn't until it became a meme on TikTok where it would go on to be used over 1.2 million times and really showcased the power of going viral on the app, spending 11 weeks at the top of the charts. On top of this, Roddy claimed that his song was made in just 15 minutes and told Time magazine that he had no idea it would be a hit upon releasing it. The song blew up mostly for the fact it became a meme for its iconic ad-lib in the beginning of the track. This song helped his debut album sell 101,000 album units in its first week, which is insane. For reference, Lil Durk is one of the most prominent rappers in the game today. In his last album,
Lil Durk. I know Lil Durk is prominent, but I don't know. I just haven't heard that much Lil Durk in a minute, bro. And even when I heard him, I was like, oh, no, it's not, you know what I mean? It's like, he be making strides in music scene, but like, I don't know. I don't think he's on my playlist.
Just sold 100K units
I mean,
in his first week
him
as well. So for a new artist who just stepped foot in the game, doing these
in
kinds
my
of
playlist.
numbers was crazy. It went on to stand as the longest running #1 debut rap album since 50 Cent's Get Rich or Die Trying.
I love that
dropped
fucking
in
album.
2003. It would be the first time artists like Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez literally had to beg their fans to stream their music in a desperate
Justin Bieber
attempt to go
too?
#1.
Shit crazy.
But nothing could stop him. By the time he picked
Yo, why does this nigga look like a retired NFL player? Or like a crack addict down the street? No shot at Justin Bieber. You guys like grow his hair back out or some shit, bro. That shit crazy. Them burnt ends ain't working.
their music in
Look
a
at
desperate
braids.
attempt
No,
to
he
go
go
#1,
out braids.
but nothing could stop him. By the time he picked up a Grammy at the 2020 ceremony for Best Rap Performance for the song Racks in the Middle.
Yo, I find it funny how most like black hairstyles can't really be rocked by other races. But like other hairstyles from other races can be rocked by black people. Okay, hold on. Let me give you an example. I was telling one of my homies to get like braids. He was like, that shit would not look good on me. I was like, those Viking braids. And he was like, nah, fuck that shit. And I looked at online to see like what white people would look with braids. Let me show y'all. People. I don't know about dreads, but braids. I did suggest dreads to him after that though. See, they alright, but it kind of gives you a certain look. This nigga rocking that shit, but I don't know. You kind of have to have like a little tint to yourself to really rock that shit. See, some Viking braids go fucking hard, but you know, I don't know. That shit would kind of look odd if you walked into school with that. Fucking challenge someone to the throne in fucking school. But like, as I was saying, most races try to rock like those black hairstyles. The problem is, it's really good on people that aren't black, you know? Oh my god, I increased my fucking speech. The problem is, it doesn't really good on people that aren't black. But certain hairstyles that are worn by other races, that are adopted by black people, they be looking fire, bro. I ain't gonna lie. But that straight hair, I was rocking that shit. Oh my god. That bitch over me. Oh my lord.
Roddy was a household name, but like all things that rise up too quickly, Roddy's fame and success took a drastic turn when he prepared for his next album, something he himself may have even seen coming.
life, a steady incline is the best thing. Even it just in general, like you never want to rise to the top too fast in anything, because usually when you get to the top, there's no other way to go but down.
Right.
These words would echo a false sense of reality.
I mean, but you can just go higher type shit, you know? There's never a limit. You know, you can always just go higher. Try and hit your best self you can be.
Roddy Ricch would experience one of the greatest downfalls hip-hop has ever seen, since the likes of Chance the Rapper or Lil Pump. The problem was that after he had gained such an insane meteoric rise so quickly in 2019, he simply took too long to drop his next project, which would drop nearly 2 years after. This is something elite artists such as Kanye, Cole, or Kendrick Lamar can do. But for Roddy, a rapper with a mixtape, one debut album, and a TikTok song, this just wasn't the case. And by the time he began rolling out...
Wait, so you saying Roddy Ricch ain't on like anywhere close to the same level as like Lil Durk or someone like that? I mean, this might just be a inexperienced take from me, or ignorant take. But I think he's on that level. I think he could. I think people were bumping his shit when he dropped new shit. Even if it did take a little bit.
Now his next album,
he
he
ain't on
was
J. Cole
slowly fading away
or like
into irrelevancy.
Kendrick.
He also began to create expectations for what was coming next that he couldn't live up to. For example, in an interview with GQ that he did in August of 2020, Roddy talked about his next record as if fans were about to receive an absolute classic, saying, quote,
"The next album is going to be a full-blown masterpiece, a real idea, a real body of work."
Sheesh. It sounded like he
Real
was about
body
to
of
drop
work.
another version of To Pimp a Butterfly or something. Because the full-blown masterpiece he was referring to turned out to be the album called Live Life Fast that dropped in 2021. And boy, this album was genuinely not received well. It
What?
appeared that he was taking his abilities for granted.
I ain't gonna lie, I fucked with Live Life Fast.
Had morphed into complacency as reviews for his album were so mixed that it's now listed in Wikipedia as an example of the sophomore slump, a music industry
Sophomore
phase used to
slump.
describe a rapper's next album grossly undelivering compared to the first one. The album was criticized for lacking the unique spark that set Roddy Ricch apart in the first place. Many argued that the album felt more like an obligation
I mean, it's
and
hard to
simply
get unique
followed a
spark in
formulaic
a
checklist
genre that doesn't have uniqueness to it. I mean, I'm not saying rap isn't unique, but I'm saying that most of the artists that be popping up, that be getting like brand deals and deals like that, aren't really unique like that, or they're too unique. It leads to like some shit like make you like really like what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? An example of this, let Nas Down by J. Cole. He had to pop up somehow. He had to get his bag in somehow. They release I think it was In the Club. This shit, and fucking Nas criticized it. Like, this ain't it, you know? I don't really fuck with it. But it popped off. He was like, he at least said and let Nas down. He was explaining to Nas, like, yo, I was going through multiple fucking falls, you know, like multiple shit that just didn't get picked up. I had to do something. Listen, bro, there's a formula to it. And it just depends on whether you got it or not. I ain't gonna lie, I was just trying to find that formula. He nearly found it. But he had a certain level of fame where niggas just want creativity, niggas just want something new. And I don't know, you can't fully expect something new when, you know, it's the same kind of fucking environment promotes shit that ain't new.
to maximize streamability. The songs on the album just seemed to lack that innovation and standout qualities that made Please Excuse Me for Being Antisocial so special. Many tracks on the album were considered dull retreats of cliches, with uninspired lyrics and faceless posturing. So it's no surprise that many fans went on social media to voice their frustration, claiming how the album was bad because they know Roddy can do better, and that the project was lackluster for a 2-year hiatus, expressing the fact that this ain't Roddy Ricch on the album, and instead it was Roddy Broke. Now, some critics were willing to cut Roddy some slack,
that's crazy
but for
word.
the most part, it wasn't looking so good for Roderick. The real critics were honest and didn't hesitate to tell it how it was.
You
because what he's doing here is just absolutely not special or stand out in any way whatsoever, especially in comparison with his pretty good debut album.
To make matters worse, the first week's sales deteriorated from 100,000 to 62,000, and fans were suddenly wondering what happened to him. But Roddy downplayed what had happened with Live Life Fast in interviews with the likes of academics.
Just because the numbers didn't line up or the timing or the plan didn't really fall the way it was supposed to fall.
Oh shit, hold up. I don't think this is on. I hope that's working, you know? Can't really do anything about that. At least not right now.
And now niggas got this different narrative of how they want to play it, but I know what's going on. I still know I'm an earner.
While this seemed like a pretty truthful statement, Roddy would make himself look a little dumb when he tried generating more hype for new music by posting a snippet to Twitter. The track in question was known as Out of My Mind, and the second he posted it, he got destroyed on social media for how bad it was, with users going viral for claiming that they are witnessing the Chance the Rapper-ification of Roddy Ricch. After the negative feedback, Roddy Ricch deadass deleted his Twitter account and would post an Instagram story saying, "Guess
Nah,
who's
shit, he
vlogging
got
now?
bullied off
Shit
that
crazy."
shit.
Now me, I didn't think it was so bad, and sadly, it never dropped, with Roddy clearly going back to the drawing board after his audience got to him.
Got bullied.
But later, he would explain that there were a whole host of other factors in his personal life that contributed to him deciding to do this. And it's kind of...
It's some aspects. This nigga just looks like a golf dad. Like I one of those, like, niggas that look white, you know? I don't know how to say it, you know? I think it's just a ratio of, like, hairline to head.
It's sad when you hear his side of the story.
I got a call that one of my close family members had a heart attack. Me and this family member, we never seen eye to eye, but you know, he was a real foundation of my family, you know, held it down for everybody. Aunties, cousins, uncles, everybody. He look out for everybody, but, you know, we just, as men, you know, we ain't see eye to eye, and that shit fucked me up, you know what I mean? Like, just the possibility of him not being with me here no more, I couldn't have had those conversations. And, like, a lot of that shit kind of was just playing in my head, fucked me up. And I had another serious conversation with my pops about my son. A lot of that shit just kind of it was weighing down.
He would also later explain in a podcast with Joe Budden that another fact that led him to dropping a pretty bad album was the fact that he wasn't focused on music much after the success of his first album, as he was trying to find different means
Joe
to
Budden has a
store
whole
his money.
network.
Following
It's
his
crazy.
big claims of a no-skip policy on Live Life Fast that never came to pass, Roddy cooled down the sense of occasion in the lead-up to Feed the Streets 3 in 2022, and suggested that he didn't have to attempt to reach any new peak, and wanted to steer away from going mainstream by making an album strictly for his audience. In the process, he even fired a shot to his own fan base for expecting too much from him.
What do you say to yourself when people try to have these expectations and they're so unrealistic?
I mean, that's on them, you know what I mean? I feel like I've just been having a great career in rap, you know what I'm saying?
Bro, a nigga dressed like that, I don't know if he's having a great career. Like, it looks like he has like a fucking neck brace on. Where's that fit? I'm trying to like analyze this shit right now, but I can't analyze it because of how weird it is.
I feel like whatever people's expectations are, they need to put them on themselves. If I can't make you happy, go make yourself happy.
Ooh.
Roddy seemed to suggest that the focus had shifted from what he had...
What'd he say?
You happy, go make yourself happy. People's expectations are, they need to put them on themselves. If I can't make you happy,
You'll make yourself happy.
go make yourself happy.
Why is you saying who? Like, he just said some wild shit. I mean, it makes sense.
Roddy seemed to suggest that the
But,
focus
like,
had shifted
it's
from what he had
common
accomplished in the past in order to justify his position, rather than delivering something grounded.
We need to stop giving some niggas the ground to speak, bro. Like, I'm not saying like this is specifically at Roddy Ricch, but like I'm just saying like we keep hyping shit up like, oh, that shit crazy, when it's just like some shit like if I shit it plop. You know, like cause and effect type shit. Nah, bro, it's not that deep.
On breaking his next time out. Besides, it probably didn't get any easier to motivate himself when he's since confirmed that he makes $500,000 per show, even providing receipts for the doubters. But despite tapping back into his legendary mixtape series, the Feed the Streets 3 mixtape brought further diminished returns, landing at just 14 on Billboard and selling just 39,000 units in its first week. Once again,
39,000 units, shit crazy.
And had the sense that
so
he
those some
wasn't
big
pushing
numbers.
himself enough, maybe out of fear of receiving backlash from his audience again. Left was a loosened grip on hip-hop. Roddy's woes may be a result of a creative downturn or his wealth getting in the way of his work. But there are also some personal issues that may have stretched him a little thin. For one thing, he's become increasingly embroiled in the internet drama that he's once pledged to avoid, as well as acknowledging that the pressures of social media got to him. The normally composed Roddy lost his cool when a Crip named Yael accused him of false flagging, which basically means he was pretending to be a part of the Crips gang that we mentioned earlier in the video, and engaged in a crazy argument on Clubhouse.
I mean, on some real shit, we can't get mad at Roddy Ricch for pretending to be a part of a gang, because it's kind of stupid to be a part of a gang when you try and make something of yourself. I hate to say it, but like when you actually part of a gang, that shit will hold you back from your actual like from your goals and shit, you know? If you try and be like an influencer, you can't be a part of a gang, because guess what? You're going to be snitching on yourself. And look, listen, like, we can't shame this shit. We should shame is niggas who are part of the gangs. Because that shit promotes, like, it discourages unity in a black community. Where's my white girl to be like, who? Like, come on, what's happening right now?
Where he was seemingly trying to prove his credentials.
Saying that you ain't from the hood, you ain't been to the hood.
You saying I'm not from the hood? You saying I'm not from the hood? You saying I'm not from the hood?
I said what I said.
All the while flexing how much money he's made in the rap game. Elsewhere, he has also been previously caught on camera pushing his fans when they try to get selfies, and in one fiery exchange with paparazzi. But worst of all, he's even been caught on camera kicking an audience member who came up on stage when security had it handled already. Beyond that, he's also in a messy battle over his firstborn son, and his baby mama
Kanye's had a bad exchange with paparazzi,
looking for full custody and airing Roddy's dirty laundry in public. In recent court filings, she spoke about how he has been arrested on gun charge, domestic violence, and regularly indulges in promethazine use. All of which are concerns for her and
shit,
her son.
I'm waiting for that new promethazine type shit.
Claiming that he spends $20,000 in the club on a light night, his baby mama's expose pointed to a drug problem that, when you look back, he's been hiding in plain sight ever since he's talked about pouring up the whole damn seal on the box. With Geiger claiming in court documents that he has an estimated net worth of $25 million, Roddy isn't going to go broke anytime soon, even if his music continues to be less and less impactful. Because of this, it seems like he maybe isn't trying to the same degree, as he is fearful of being confronted with the same sense of failure that he's experienced in both his professional and personal life in recent years.
I don't like disappointment, you know? I don't like to put too much faith in anything. Even being on the other side of it, like I know some people that are probably disappointed. So it's just like just knowing that, and that's just not a good feeling altogether. So I don't really let myself get let down. That makes sense.
For sure.
So as you can see, this is a big change in attitude from the days where he had a lot of
Shit, do I have to have the stream up on like a different fucking window? I mean, I've been streaming, that shit crazy. Oh, it's just geeking, I guess. That shit crazy. Oh, it should be it though. I hope. We'll see afterwards, I guess.
combined with his alleged over-reliance on lean, it may go some way to explaining some of the
I mean,
wayward
Lil Wayne has an
decisions in
over-reliance
his
on
everyday
lean.
life, too.
I'm not saying
At
that's
the
not
moment,
bad because
it
of that.
seems like
I'm
a
just
combination
saying
of
that shit
personal
has to
and
help the
professional
rap game.
factors has meant that Roddy has struggled to recapture the magic and is now facing allegations that he's fallen off.
And the BET award goes to Lil Baby.
In 2020,
Lil
Lil
Baby
Baby
got
had
the-
the biggest album
Nah,
of the
ain't no
entire
fucking
year
way.
in terms of streaming numbers, beating records from the likes of Taylor Swift and Harry Styles to claim the top spot. Then, in October of 2022, he simultaneously charted 25 songs on the Billboard Hot 100, becoming the youngest person to ever achieve this feat. But with an arena tour being canceled due to poor sales, and his name cropping up less and less in cultural conversation, it seems as if Lil Baby is facing real adversity within the music industry for the first time. I'm Uwesta, and today I'm here to answer one simple
Oh, he went to
question.
Lil Baby
Did
now.
Lil Baby fall off?
That shit crazy.
Or is his downfall being over-exaggerated by the hip-hop community? When Lil Baby first bursted onto the scene in 2017, he was seen as one of the most fastest growing rappers in the history of hip-hop. He went from practically being a nobody to being signed to the same label as the Migos, got the Drake stimulus package, and was already putting out
Stimulus
songs that were
package.
considered to be
I don't think I want the Drake stimulus package. This shit crazy, bro. Hey, what does that mean? That shit sound gay as hell.
anthems for the city of Atlanta. Now, this is insane, because only 2 years prior to 2017, Lil Baby was just another dude hanging out in the street, enduring multiple run-ins with the law due to things stemming from marijuana possession, reckless driving, eluding police, and attempting to escape arrest after a high-speed chase. Yeah, that boy Baby was out here doing the race like TK in 2017. But this won't be the only time in the video where Baby will get penalized for changing lanes, if you know what I mean. And later we'll discuss the drastic effect this had when it happened in his career. But hanging out in the streets of Atlanta had both positive and negative effects on Lil Baby. On one hand, it led him to various trouble, but on the other, it also provided him with valuable connections. These connections allowed him to meet influential rappers like Young Thug and Gunna, who both played a crucial role in his success. Additionally, meeting Coach K
Yo, you
and
can find
Gary
Gunna feet on
Thomas, who run the
anything.
label
Anything that's
Quality
posted by any
Control,
rapper, I
which
guarantee
you guys
you.
probably know as QC,
Shit crazy.
which became a huge turning point for him. This is the same label that had signed artists like the Migos and Lil Yachty and were instrumental in helping them skyrocket in their career. These people would all have to encourage Baby to rap, as they all believed he had all the characteristics that were needed to become a famous rapper.
Coach K used to always say, man, Baby got that swag. He got that real young Atlanta nigga swag. Man, I'm telling you, he need to rap. Coach used to always say that.
But rapping came at a cost, and Lil Baby was all about the bag. Since rapping wasn't really making any bread, and Lil Baby had a duty to provide for his family by hustling drugs and playing dice, he needed to see money coming in to get away from that life he was living. Words of encouragement.
No, it's some real shit. You gotta pay attention to the monetary value of shit. If you don't pay attention to monetary value, you simply just ain't about your bag like that. And babe, you gotta be about your bag like that in this society. Ain't no way about that.
Didn't do enough for him. Like they say, money talks, and thankfully, it was Young Thug who aided him financially, as he really believed in Baby's ability to hit the mainstream.
Young Thug really like paid me to leave the neighborhood. Like, bro, you can rap, you got it. I'm telling you, like, you could be net. Like, bro, you got to leave the hood. Like, I'm telling you, like, I pay you to come to the hood today. Like, how much you gonna make today? Like, I'm gonna pay you to come to the studio, just stay at the studio all day. Like,
Gunna would also play a huge role, as he would act as Lil Baby's ghostwriter for some time, and when he got the hang of it, he was off to the races. Lil Baby even claimed he told QC that he wouldn't stop living the life he was living if he didn't at least get $5 million for a deal. Now, I tried researching what deal he was given by QC, but it was really difficult to find. However, it seems that he was signed to QC in 2017, and when he did, he wasted no time, and would go on to drop 3 projects that same year that really put him on the map.
Motherfuckers be on niggas dicks driving ghostwriter. I'm surprised he had one publicly.
Specifically for songs like Pure Cocaine,
Made a brick do a brick, gang whip up shit, this pure cocaine. Yeah.
and My Dog.
That's my dog show. That's my dog. That's my dog show. That's my dog.
Remember shit popped
But
out.
as
It's
if
crazy.
dropping 3 projects in 2017 wasn't enough, Lil Baby proved that he was only getting started.
as he dropped 4 more successful projects in 2018, including the collaborative project Drip
Drip
Harder
Harder
with
go
Gunna,
crazy.
the Street Gossip mixtape, and his debut album, Harder Than Ever. Peaking at number 3 on the charts,
Actually, had
Harder
Drake in
Than
it.
Ever made it evident that Lil Baby was playing for keeps. And in a career that had been full of helping hands, Lil Baby was about to get another one on this record, when he became a beneficiary of what has been referred to in hip-hop circles as the Drake stimulus package. After he got Drizzy, of what has been referred to in hip-hop.
Man, I know DJ Academics must have made this shit. It's crazy. 100 people. I mean, it's facts though. If you get a co-sign from Drake, bro, not co-sign, if you get a feature from Drake, that should go crazy. Do numbers. If you don't do numbers, like, listen, bro, you just bad. You go back. You know, go back to the drawing board. Revise your shit. That Drake shit, like, it really do be working. Like, it's not like a instant gain to fame, but it's like you get past the ball type shit. Like, if you on the court, you get past the ball, you gotta make your shot type shit. And most niggas make their shot.
Pop circles as the Drake stimulus package. After he got Drizzy to make an appearance on the hit track Yes Indeed.
Did all the favors, they never repay me. It worked in my favor cause nobody said
Now, the song Yes Indeed was most people's introduction to Lil Baby, and it peaked at number 6 on the charts. But with the impact that it had on his career, it might as well have been that of a number 1 in terms of what it did for his status. As was also the case for Drip Harder's title track, which landed at number 4, but ultimately went on to become Lil Baby's first and currently only diamond record. Suddenly becoming one of the most in-demand artists for features, Lil Baby would spend the remainder of 2018 and 2019 contributing to tracks for other artists, including Lil Durk, Yo Gotti, DJ Khaled, Post Malone, and many more. Throughout this time, he has been building up a buzz that
Post
made his
Malone.
2020
That's an
project My
odd
Turn
feature.
one of the biggest hip-hop albums of the decade.
I mean, it's still probably
It
worth
was
though.
released in February of 2020 and
fuck with My
sold
Turn.
197 units in the first week, giving Baby his first number 1 album. By the time he dropped the deluxe edition, he had his first and only number 1 single with the Black Lives Matter anthem, The Bigger Picture, which was released during the George Floyd riot. Sadly, since this album was released
I
during
don't know,
the
but that shit got turned to monetary value.
pandemic,
It's
all
kind of
the
hard
concerts and
to
shows
cool about that.
closed down. So he wasn't really able to cash in and capitalize on the success of this album.
A real nigga
Looking
would focus
back,
on his
it's
craft during
wild
the
to think
pandemic
how
and hone
big
that
Baby's
shit.
shows could have been in the My Churn era. It was literally the biggest record in the world in 2020, but he never got to take it directly to his fan base. And now it seems like
The
many of
pandemic
his
gives you a
fans
year.
might
What you
have
gonna do with
lost
that year?
interest.
That shit.
And we'll discuss the reasons why shortly. Basically, in the aftermath of My Churn's release, it seemed that Lil Baby could do no wrong, with even the likes of the legendary Kanye West labeling him his favorite rapper. Before
That
long,
shit crazy.
Ye asked him to hop onto Hurricane alongside The Weeknd, making him one of the many people who sought Baby's assistance in 2021 and 2022. He was so in demand that he even claimed to have charged about 300 racks for a feature back in 2022.
300
After dropping
racks,
the
that's
Voice of the Heroes
crazy.
collab project with Lil Durk,
That's a down payment on a house in Tucson, Arizona.
which did 150,000
Crazy.
first week units and another number
They go
1.
buy yourself a
2022
house.
looked to be
Nah,
the
I'm
year
kidding,
that
I'm
Baby
kidding,
took
I'm kidding.
crown that so many people seemed eager to place upon his head. Intent on staying humble and in the
Yeah.
moment, he said all the right things.
It's
in
not
terms
funny.
of
He has my
delivering
little
a
brother's
record
dreads.
that
Shit
would
crazy.
surpass My
It's
Turn.
this one is
As
crazy.
rather than focusing on the temporary high
I'll
of
call him
chart
a baby from
success,
now on.
Lil Baby insisted to the Breakfast Club that for him, it was longevity that really mattered.
What is important to you when you put together a project?
That it do well. Also that it do well for a long period of time. Like that's what matters to me. Like, I wanted to stick.
But as we know, this wasn't the case this time, as for the first time in his career, fans would be left wanting more from a Lil Baby release. And soon, a man who had only known plain sailing as a performer was faced with a bombardment of
Damn.
negativity from
They
critics and
getting
fans.
jumped from critics.
Initially, the numbers all suggested that things were moving in the right direction when he dropped his third album in October of 2022. Upon its release, the album titled It's Only Me sold 216 album equivalent units, including 6,500 pure album sales, which is absurd for this day and age where streaming is everyone's go-to option for listening to their favorite music. While this is pretty amazing, there was something strange about this release. Unlike his other projects, this album stayed only 1 week on the top before dropping
Only
directly
week?
out of
Wait,
the top 10.
that's
And it
crazy.
seems pretty fishy. To make things
Wait, what year was this? What else dropped that year?
favorite music.
I'm guessing like a fucking a Drake album
out of the
dropped,
top
some shit like
10.
that.
And it seemed pretty fishy. To make things worse, the reviews were brutally unimpressed. Lil Baby is at his best when he's using those tricks to switch between moods. But there's only one on It's Only Me, wrote Pitchfork, who gave his album a 5.5 out of 10.
Damn.
And it's indifferent.
Call that
not
shit
in the
mid.
too cool to care kind of way.
Nah, cause like, it's good if you get like a 10 or some shit. Obviously, it's alright if you get like a 1 or 2, cause it's gonna stay in people's mind. You'd be like, damn, this shit was ass, but like it's extremely bad. That I'm gonna remember this. A 5, a 5.5. That means you listen to that shit and you forget it immediately.
But in the
Honestly, it's probably partially like accurate because I never knew about this album.
way when words have
I probably
no
listened
weight
to it and
behind
forgot about it, though.
Perhaps even more shockingly, the album didn't deliver on the commercial front either. Although it helped Lil Baby make history becoming the youngest artist to have 23 tracks on the Billboard at once, none of them stayed there for very long or made much of a lasting impact, making it seem as if returning fans listened to the song a few times and weren't really feeling them, leading them to quickly dispose of it. Where
Damn.
other albums had big singles to anchor the rollout around,
Dispose
It's
of
Only
it?
Me's
Oh,
lead
shit.
single, Hey,
Must
peaked
be
at
bad.
number 21. Meanwhile, California Breeze and Friday briefly hit the top 10, but disappeared soon after. In the view of academics, who found himself getting dissed
Number 1, Drake cocksucker.
on the album in the shape of bars like, academics know he ain't richer than me. The problem was due to the amount of success he had obtained meant that no one was willing to challenge him on his artistic missteps, instead opting to hold on to their meal ticket until it went into the shredder. Basically, bro had a bunch of yes men surrounding him. And what can they really say when the past couple of years, everything Lil Baby had touched turned to gold? Sharing footage from inside the studio, academics blasted his crew.
You can't have
as
yes man. You
nothing
can't have
but
yes man. You gotta have niggas
writing.
like be like on your
Look around
shit.
at everybody in
Give
the
you
studio
like
this day you
critiques.
previewed the song. They're all liars. This should have never left the engineer's headphones. And during his appearance on the Flagrant podcast with Andrew Schultz, Ack outlined a reaction to the project within the inner circle of the industry, as well as diagnosing what he felt went wrong.
No, I talked to his peers too. I talked to other people who rap. They're all shocked that this is the album that was dropped. Even though it's not trash, I'm gonna amplify the fact that it's mid, which might be just as
Yeah.
detrimental if it was trash.
In this sense, the
It's
achievement that
mid.
Lil Baby
I think
pulled off
actually
with
it being
It's Only
mid is
Me
worse.
flattered to deceive a little. Or as one Twitter user put it, Lil Baby occupying the entire top
That means
20
this shit
on
just goes in
Apple
your ear and
Music
out the
with
other.
songs from It's Only Me doesn't mean the album ain't mid. While My Turn's success was a catalyst for a period of dominance, this certainly wasn't the case for It's Only Me. And as a result, by the 20th of December 2022, chart data reported that Lil Baby is not present on the Hot 100 for the first time this
Lil
decade,
Baby? Nah, it's
ending
my
a
group.
176-week streak of charting.
Is that his
And while this was
album?
likely a major blow to his
No,
ego,
that's the
it was
Baby's album. It's the
nothing
Baby's album.
compared to what was coming.
Oh,
As I
yeah,
said in the
Tango.
intro,
Shit.
Lil Baby's star is in a bit of a tailspin at the moment, as he's now having to cancel some shows during his It's Only Us tour. Even though he's tried his best to sweeten the pot by taking the likes of Glorilla and the Kid Leroy on tour with him, shows in Phoenix, Sacramento, Salt Lake City, Denver, Indianapolis, Louisville, and Pittsburgh were all canceled without explanation. But in all likelihood, it's because these shows were simply not selling. Almost instantly, Twitter did what they do and went crazy, basically jumping to conclusions about the fall off of Lil Baby. And while that might
Twitter will overreact about anything though. You gotta realize that.
be a little
It's hard to
overzealous
make
some,
a basic
it's certainly
assumption off
not
of
a
that
great
shit.
look. For starters, even with hip-hop's dominance on the charts, it's still uncommon for MCs to be able to accomplish the feat of selling out arenas. And many of these venues Lil Baby was trying to sell out had capacities of upwards of 20,000 people. In terms of mainstream hip-hop, you need to be as elite of an artist as the likes of Drake, Eminem, Nicki Minaj, or Ye to comfortably fill a basketball stadium or bigger. Even Travis Scott is experiencing a little bit of blowback from audiences who aren't convinced that he can sell out stadiums single-handedly. Besides, it's not like It's Only Me was his strongest project. Simply put, even though It's Only Me outsold My Turn in the first instance, he hasn't gotten
I mean,
anywhere
it probably outsold it because of like the general assumption that it's gonna be better.
near the degree of adoration from the audience
It probably
and
didn't outsold 'cause it
industry
was
in
better.
general as he did back then. And the album basically disappeared from the world's collective consciousness. But what contributed to this pitfall? And how does he fix it before it's too late? One argument would be that, as often happens, his wealth has made him complacent and robbed him of the fierce work ethic that he had back in the day. For starters, he admittedly stopped sharpening his skills, and now is only doing features purely for money rather than to advance his talents as an MC.
What's your feature price right now?
Like 300, but I ain't been doing feature lately.
What's the thinking behind that?
Like now I'm about to put out an album. So
Makes sense.
But if I like no, I ain't putting out no album, I don't got nothing going on, like why not?
In terms of the music on It's
I
Only
mean, that's
Me,
fair, that's
one
fair.
common critique that's come up from online reviewers like
I mean, it's better than not dropping, not featuring in anything. Because you gotta realize, if we ain't dropping anything recently, then it's just radio silence. It's better than like not doing anything than, you know, doing a little bit of something. Make sure your community knows you alright. I don't see a problem with
Santano
that.
and the NFR podcast has been the staleness in production. A familiar criticism that's been leveled at someone like NBA Youngboy in recent years, as they continue
NBA
to make the
Youngboy.
same songs over and over again and expect to continue striking
He popped
gold.
off, ain't gonna
Lil
lie.
Baby continues to use the likes of ATL Jacob, Chi Chi, Murder Beats, and Wheezy, among others, rather than reaching out of his comfort zone. As a result, some Redditors have wondered if he needs to lock in with just one producer to deliver a degree of cohesion to his work. While the beats may be one reason
That might be the best idea, because honestly, even Kendrick had to lock in one producer to more so hone his shit, you know, hone his craft. Yeah.
for how uninspired he sounded on the project, this manifested in his lyrics too. A record which featured songs about adjusting to fame rather than the honest, insightful bars about his life that made his name. There's every chance that people were perhaps expecting something more on the content front too. As when you consider it's his only number one, the bigger picture technically remains his biggest song. When it initially dropped, Coach K maintained that the song was literally a gateway drug for people to get into Lil Baby. But given that he hasn't had any number ones since, it appears that those fans didn't necessarily stick around. And maybe they were relying on some of those conflated numbers who listened to the track to fill those arenas. Plus, it doesn't help that since then, Lil Baby has publicly renounced that direction. The more I'm seeing what's up with all that shit, the more I'm like, let me back off politics. He told GQ in 2020, I don't want to be no Malcolm X or Martin Luther King. I stuck my nose in it. I'm good at that. Now operating in celebrity circles, Lil Baby has become a household name. And while that sounds positive, it likely informed him and his team that they were on the right track.
I mean, he is a household name, but I'm gonna be honest, yo. I don't know about y'all, but me and my family be talking about Lil Baby. I ain't gonna lie.
They were really setting
It's about Kendrick Lamar, two about the Drakes, Lil Baby,
by not evolving.
about Kanye,
Appearing in Axe Body
about
Spray
Roddy Ricch
commercials
a
and
little
getting
bit.
clowned for his
Lil
TV
Baby.
spots for the Billboard Music Awards, Baby
You talking
has
about Lil
gone
Baby.
from Oakland
It's
City
crazy.
to hanging with billionaires. And it's clear that's exactly the kind of territory that he wants to be in.
It seems you've been spending a lot of time around billionaires. What are you learning from being around these people?
Being around those type of people, I learned a lot of different stuff in business and like how to spend money when I get my money.
Now pictured hugging Michael Rubin and attending all-white parties, Lil Baby has shed his original.
Honestly, this is how us black men break out of that generational curse. Not what you say generational curse. Break out of that cog. Break out of being a cog in the wheel, bro. Like, being able to not even just realize, but being able to handle your money right, shit puts you in a different league, game.
image, and while no one is suggesting he should have stayed in the hood, it seems like he's trying to speedrun his hip-hop career to the point of being an arena-selling artist with a massive net worth, when he hasn't necessarily did all the work required for that. And now it appears that some of those same listeners that made him a star are beginning to sour on him. Or, as is often the case in a genre as fast-paced as hip-hop, have since moved on to someone else. To Lil Baby's credit, he understood this was a very viable possibility given how fickle the game is, and opened up about it during an appearance on Revolt's Big Facts podcast.
You can do this shit forever.
Right. It's possible.
It's possible too, though. Yeah. But for the most part, it'd be like you have a little windows.
A previously humble artist that now has his own label's IG account saluting him as the best artist of his generation. It seems like the celebrity lifestyle likely lulled him into a false sense of security and
False sense of security.
as a draw.
Yo,
And
he's
as a result,
in the group
he
of
didn't necessarily
millionaires. I
take
don't
on the
think it's a
musical
false sense of security,
evolution
gang.
needed to keep his fans engaged. For all these reasons, Lil Baby is now facing the toughest crossroads of his career. But is there still time to course correct? Well, in Lil Baby's opinion, it seems so.
Course correct. I hate to say it. I
Do you
think it's
feel
a
like you
good
mastered your craft
area
yet?
though.
Not at all.
Like, I feel like you were misunderstanding him being in a different area. I think it's better than being in the area with like shit that false gang activity. Not even false, but even real gang activity. Handle your money correctly. Sure, he hasn't put in the work to get there yet, but I think he can still profit off of being in those circles, off of showing that kind of life.
I just say my craft as a rapper, I feel like I'm 20%. Why do you say, what about the other 80? I gotta get down.
Man, you know a young ugly guy, bro. Looking better than your dad, bro.
Man,
That's what
ugly
I'm already-
God.
The same gang shit, nigga.
Back in 2017, this is what Ugly God's performances look like. However, if you search up his name today, you'll find questions like what happened to Ugly God, or get greeted by articles of how he's been arrested and fatally
Sure. How long have I been streaming for? I'm gonna stop streaming for a second, for a little bit, I'm gonna hop back on stream a little bit later, see what's happening with it. Alright, catch you later.